You get asked a lot, why are we doing this? Why are we stopping doing this? What is the purpose of this activity? How do I fit this into my current training? I don't want to lose the skills I already have. They're all really valid from where you start. They're all really valid. And the more that we train, the more we want to be using these projects or containers to understand the principles that overlay all the content. The principle is what you want to invest in, and that's where the development in this system is going to really come from. And if we have an individual that comes from a sports-specific background, and they're right to go, hey, I put a lifetime of effort into this practice. I don't want to let it go. I've worked for 5 years on my one-arm handstand. I need to invest in this. I prefer for people to look at things slightly differently. For me, I find it easier to look at the training under the framework of seasons. And if you look, this is Australia coming out of summer. If I lit a campfire right now, I would probably burn this entire forest down. And if I then took that to be, oh, I can never have a campfire, I can never use fire. And if you come here in the middle of winter, a fire might be what actually keeps you alive. And we get stuck in the point in time we're at to think that a skill or a tool or a practice is only applicable for the spot we're in. Whereas depending where you are at, depending on the season of your practice, it might be completely unsafe to engage in something that you need later on. And especially when we start to look at, when people are talking about, wow, like I've got this ability now that I didn't have before, or I don't need to train this skill so much, I'm able to maintain it. And just because it's winter and just because you've maintained a skill doesn't mean that you have to acknowledge the years of practice you've put into this, and how this winter is separate to last winter, is separate to the winter before that. If we get stuck on this single moment, we lose the development, or the idea of the development that's happening all the time. Whether you like it or not, you're developing. If you want to sit in a chair 12 hours a day, you're developing towards that. You don't, just because we're consciously aware of something doesn't mean that our body's not changing to it.